Hello there, I'm Courtney and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I decided I was going to start this channel because I really love watching channels on BookTube, like Books and Lala when she does vlogs, and several other creators that do vlogging as they're reading, but I can't find a lot of creators that do crafty type vlogs. And I'm the type of person who likes to have like something on in the background, especially if I'm quilting or knitting, because it inspires me and it also motivates me to finish a project. So I figured, since I can't find that content anywhere, maybe I'll make it. There are a couple creators. There's a lot of quilting people out there, but it's a lot of tutorials and a lot of how-to, and that's great, but that's not what I'm looking for when I want something kind of just on the background, like relaxing. There's a really awesome creator, Nitty Natty, who does really cool knitting-based vlogs, and I do knitting, and I also spin yarn, and I quilt. I don't do any sewing of garments. Curves and I are not friends, but I do also embroider. So I haven't found anybody that does like multiple crafts or even that does quilting and vlogging. So I figured I'm gonna try it. We'll see how this goes. It's gonna be hard for me to be consistent. I'm team ADHD, so consistency is a struggle. But we're just gonna see how this goes. I don't know what's gonna happen. I guess you'll find out. But my plan right now is that this is gonna be a weekly vlog. I'm gonna take you through kind of the week in my life and what projects I'm working on, and have some footage of different crafts that I'm doing. If I go to a yarn store or a quilting shop, there's the cat. You'll get to see that and just a little bit about my life in Vermont. So very much a vlog style. Maybe later if I am consistent. Yes. Do you want to come say hi? Yes? Yes? Whoop, no. No, we don't want to say hi. We don't. We actually don't. You good? You're not good? Yeah? Okay, there. We have a cat. Doesn't really... You good? So, as I was saying, there will be different pieces of my life. I live in Vermont, and I do have a full-time job. I do work from home, so sometimes I will be crafting like on my lunch break if I don't have meetings and things like that. So this is not going to be my full-time job ever. I just wanted to do this because the content that I wanted to watch wasn't out there, so I figured maybe somebody else wants to see crafty type vlogs without the like to-dos and tutorials, just to get you inspired and motivated. If you are like me and you have ADHD, you know what body doubling is, and sometimes it just helps you like finish a project to have someone else crafting in the background. So maybe there will be an audience for this content, and maybe there won't. Maybe it'll just be me. But hopefully I can find other people who are quilty and knitty and maybe spin and do some embroidery. It would be really cool to find that community that does multiple crafts. Yeah, there's a lot of cat fur. A lot of cat fur. So much fur. Right. So there will be a lot of probably cat features, because if I'm talking, he's going to want to come in and like say hi. He's very loud. But I just want to attempt to see if I can make this a thing. So let's find out. Come along with me. Stay tuned. And we'll see what happens. But I guess I'll share with you the project that I'm working on right now. So I'm a huge sock knitter. I started knitting my senior year of college, a long time ago. So first sock is already done. And this is yarn from Skeincocaine, which is a very small yarn company out of Virginia. The owner was my former boss when I worked at a yarn store. Gina is a wonderful person. And she is hilarious, and I really love supporting her. So definitely I'll link her Instagram, and she mostly sells her yarn through Instagram, but her links will be down below. So this is the second sock. I am just past the cuff, and now that I realize I just started knitting without thinking about if this cuff was long enough. Let's find out. So because I knit so many socks, I have my sock pattern memorized. So really I just go based off of, I want the cuff to be about this long. Yeah, I started just doing straight knit when I should have been doing the cuff still, which is a knit and purl. This YouTube channel will also have curse words. A lot of them, because I make frequent mistakes. That's why there's no tutorials. But, well, now we get to go backwards. That's why you shouldn't sit down and start a YouTube channel in the middle of your project, maybe. But yeah, so, well, I'm gonna go try to fix this. So one of the quilts I'm working on right now, I attempted to design in pre-quilt because I found it on like Pinterest or something, didn't save it, could not find it again. So this is what I remember the design looking like. If anyone has seen this before, let me know, but it's got these 6 stripes. And so this is going to be Halloween fabric. And I also have drawn this out in my notebook because I was having trouble with those diagonal squares the way Prequilt does it, and it wasn't giving me the fabric measurements in the way that made sense. So I drew it out a couple times in my notebook to try to figure out what I need the measurements to be. And I think I have most of them done. I know that I need to cut my width of fabric, how many strips I can get, kind of planned out what order the fabrics on one side will go in, so that side's good. And then these are the fabrics that I'm going to be using for this quilt. I'm pretty sure these are all art gallery, but this is mainly the Sweet and Spooky or Sweeter and Spookier collection, one of those two. Yeah, so I'll link that in the description, but I'm going to iron these really quickly so I can start cutting them and get this quilt started. So I'm gonna set the camera up. Okay. 1 yard. Let's go over my math. 1 yard, 36 inches, 4.5 inch strips. I can get 7 with the fabric strips out of 1 yard. All right, so I ironed this one already. Let's cut off. Do I like this ruler for this? No. Let's pull the good one. Oh, I don't want my blocking mats, it's fine. All right, so I'm going to cut off the selvage. All right, that is lined up-ish, even-ish. I don't love. That's good enough because I have more than enough fabric. This will be fine. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. Also, I should mention, I am what I like to refer to as an organic crafter. Not in the sense that I use organic materials, but in the sense that I don't give a shit if it's not perfect. And we just accept and embrace those design flaws and we go with it. So, put that in the salvage basket. It is what it is. Like, it's not gonna be perfect. This is not gonna be in a craft show or fair or anything like that ever. I am not that type of crafter. This is gonna go on the bed and there's gonna be cat fur all over it. And it is what it is. So, we're gonna go with it. All right, this is the orange one. It should be 105. I get more than enough out of that. Okay, so I need 4.5-inch strips. I can do this. Cutting the fabric is always the scary part because once you make those first cuts, there's no going back. Well, you can sew it back together, but you lose yardage and it's not awesome. All right, 4.5, 1, 2, 3, 4, half. Okay, that's a little. Let's scooch that down. Do I want to square up this edge? Or do I want to square it up after I cut the strips? Like I said, there are no tutorials here. I don't know if it's the right or the wrong decision to be making right now. All right, we're just gonna go with it. It is what it is. We'll square it up later. Okay, here we go. 4.5. Here we go. You know what? Am I cutting with the fabric right now? Fuck. I'm not. I'm definitely not. Motherfucker. Yeah, I can do that. I can just go on with what I'm doing here. I only made myself a tiny bit of a headache. Okay, for the other ones though, because they're directional, you're going to have to pay attention, Courtney. Okay? Y'all, I can't even tell you how many times I mess up cutting stuff. I would say of all the hobbies that I do, quilting is probably the one that I'm not the best at. I'm a much better knitter. I've been doing that one longer. Yeah, so I have my grandmother who recently passed away, who I'm not gonna talk about because I'll cry. She was a quilter and did embroidery, taught me when I was a little kid. So I used to help her with quilts, mostly hand quilting. When I was in grad school, I got her to teach me how to like actually make a quilt. And that's when I really started like quilting and sewing myself. When I got like my own sewing machine, like I went to, so she sent me to sewing camp when I was little. I went to sewing camp. And I made like a little fabric purse or something. I think that's where my hatred for making garments and other things started. But quilts I like. Quilts I will do, but I haven't been really doing it as a hobby for as long as I've been doing my other ones. So I'm less good at it. And also, I'm a perfectionist in a lot of other areas of my life. And you know what? This is... We're back. Okay? We're good. No idea what I was saying before I knocked that over. Probably that I've been quilting that long. But yeah, not a clue. Anyway, a few minutes ago I thought to myself, I should really scoot that fabric up so it doesn't fall off the table. What did I do? Just let it fall off the table. It's fine. All right, one more 4.5. That should be enough. 70 times 2, 140 plus another 70. I only need 100.5. 70 and 140 is, wait, Finally need 100. Oh, that's for this side. Oh, yes, I have not done the calculations for the other side. I don't know what that accent was. That might be a thing that happens now. Okay. My life. I did not do of the maths for this side, nor did I decide what order I want the fabric to go in. Okay, but, all right, I'm gonna sit down and do math. So on Friday, I did manage to get everything else cut, so you can see all of my strips here. Everything is a 4.5-inch strip. I've not actually cut the larger pieces for kind of the all dark gray section at the top because I'm still figuring those measurements out. But all of the pattern pieces are done, and then the gray strips that will go in between each one of those, and I've got to piece some of these together, but all of the major cutting is done. So I'm really happy about that. I love the different patterns together, and I think it's going to look really good on the bed once it's done. So I didn't really do any filming over the weekend. It was my spouse's birthday, so we were busy with that. But Monday was also a holiday in the US, so I had the day off work and I took the opportunity to do some knitting on the couch, watching some spooky TV shows, getting in the mood for fall. Still working on these socks. I've got a couple, well, one personal trip and a work trip coming up, and I always like to have socks for either riding in the car or on planes and meetings and stuff. So these socks are at a pretty good spot on the leg where I can just do straight knitting in the round, not really have to look at them, and not worry about what I'm doing. So did a little bit of work on that. But I'm probably going to go ahead and end this video here and get it edited and uploaded on Wednesday for you all. I hope you really enjoyed hanging out with me and kind of a week in my crafty world. And leave me a note in the comments. Let me know what kind of crafts you do. Do you knit? Do you do any spinning? I'm probably going to do a little bit of spinning and try to film it this upcoming week. But let me know what crafts you're into, and definitely follow me, add me on Ravelry, on Textilla, and I would love to hang out with you. So definitely like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.